Hey guys, I'm back with a new video. In the previous video, we learned about the 3-tier architecture of Git. We also installed Git onto our systems and we decided on topic coverage for this series. We also had a brief introduction to Git and GitHub. If you haven't checked out the videos on Git tutorials, definitely check out the previous videos. Also, I would recommend you to bookmark the playlist so that it becomes a very easy reference for you whenever you need to refer something in the tutorials. So let us start with the video. So what I will do is, let us create a folder and create a new file in it. I will name it as test.txt. So I've already created these files. We have also created another file in this folder, index.html file, so which has this random boilerplate template that I had set up. We will check out these files and we will add some lines to it. Now let us write the very first command. So I had already created this as a Git repository. So I will show you step by step what you need to do is to initialize a Git repository. So check out the terminal first. And here you can select your default shell and I will go with git bash. Okay. Or what you can do is in the current folder that you have made up, you can simply git bash there and then you can work with these commands that I'm telling you. So the very first command that I will be using is I will write git status. Okay. So go to the terminal and write git status and I will press enter. Okay. So for me, I have already initialized the Git repository. So as you can see, my repo is already there. But for you, this might not be the case. You will see that it will say fatal, not a Git repository. This means that neither you are in a Git repository, nor this is a Git repository. This will also show the status of the repository before we start working with the repository. Okay, so you will get these the output as fatal, not a Git repository. Okay, but I've already set up a Git repository, so I'm getting something else. Now if you want to make this as a Git repository, we will write. So for me, I have already initialized the Git repository, but if you want to initialize it as a Git repository, because you will be getting output as fatal, not a Git repository. So for initializing this as a Git repository, you will say git init and then you will press enter. So this will initialize the folder as a new Git repository. As you can see, this command will spit out a message that your folder has been initialized as an empty Git repository. This means now you have shifted the responsibility of tracking the files to Git, which we were earlier doing manually. Just remember that with this command, you are making a handshake with Git and assigning the tracking responsibility to our new friend Git. Now if we try the command git status, so I will say git status, press enter. Now it says that we are on the branch master. Okay, it also says no commits yet. It shows you a list of untracked files, hello.js, index.html, test.txt, and it says nothing added to commit, but untracked files are present. So what is the master branch? We will see that in coming videos. Master branch is just your main branch and we will cover branches in a later video. So for now, just ignore it. Now you can see that it also says no commits yet, which is again correct. And next you can see it is saying that there are some untracked files. The list of files that I already told you, these are some untracked files which are not being tracked currently, but you have initialized the Git repository. Now suppose I want to track all the files of the folder. I will write git add dot. So let us say git add dot and press enter. Now this means that we are instructing Git that please add all my files of the current folder, which in our case is git demo, into the staging area that we discussed before. Now if I write git status again, git status, press enter, you can see you can clearly see that something is highlighted in green. Okay, so it says that these are the changes to be committed. This is saying that you have staged some changes in your staging area. Now whenever you will add these files into a commit, a snapshot for these files will get created. Now since our files are new, we would definitely want to add them into a commit. So for that we will write git commit -m. Then I will leave a message here. Okay, so leave a message. And in the message I will say init commit. So init commit and close the double quotes and press enter. So now Git will say that your new commit is now created. Okay, you can see it saying master initial commit, 3 files have been changed, 12 insertions. As you can see in index.html, I've already added some lines of code. Okay, and it says created mode one ZBrush number and hello.js, create mode this index.html. So it has created modes for your files. So it will say that nothing to commit. So now what we'll do is, now we have nothing to commit since we have made the commit. Okay, so your new commit is now created. Now if I write git status and press enter, it says nothing to commit. The working tree is clean, as I told you. Okay, so why is it saying so? It is saying so that it means that the changes that we staged are now all committed, and the snapshot is now created, and the working tree is now clean. So whenever the commit is done, you have made a commit, your working tree will be sanitized, or you can say it's cleansed. So now suppose I want to write what are the commits that I made. For that there is a simple command. We will write git log and simply press enter. So you can see the author, the data, the date, and the message of the commit that was just made. You can also see that this commit is associated to a hash value. So it says commit, this is your hash value for the commit, and you can see that the commit is associated to this hash value, and it is also saying that currently our head is pointing to the master branch. So what I would now do is I would go to the test.txt file and I will write a line of text in it. So we will write this file will go into the next commit. Okay, so into the next commit. So I made a change in this file. So now if I say git status, so let's say git status, press enter. So what will happen is Git would track our changes and basically say that you have modified the test.txt file. As you can see in the red shade, it is highlighting this, that we have modified a file test.txt. Now what you need to do is, now let us again change one another file, say hello.js, and in that I will write a console log. So go to the hello.js file and simply say console log. Okay, so IntelliSense is not working for me here. Really, sometimes Visual Studio Code sucks a lot. So console.log, and I will write here hello git. Okay, so this is the single line of code I wanted to add in the hello.js. Now let us again try the command git status. So I will go to my terminal and I will type git status. Just press enter. And you can see now it is showing 2 modified files in two red shades. So in the red shade, you can see we have a modified file, hello.js. We have yet another modified file, which is test.txt. So now what we will do is we will simply add these files. Let us suppose, okay, so till now it is clear that we have added these two files in our staging zone. Now let us suppose we only want to add test.txt in the staging zone. We only want that this file should go into the commit and not the hello.js file. So for adding the test.txt in the staging zone and not the hello.js, because let us say we want to do some more work in hello.js. So for just test.txt to get added in the staging zone, we will go to your terminal and write git add test.txt and press enter. Okay, so Git will say that if I write git status and press enter, as you can see, we have something highlighted in green. So Git will say that test.txt is now staged for going into the next commit. That is why it is getting highlighted with a green shade. The other change that you can see below is the unstaged one. Okay, because now we are only adding a single file to our staging zone, and we have unstaged the hello.js file. Okay, in the previous when we added both the files, they entered the staging zone, but now I individually specified that I only want to add test.txt file in my staging zone. So this is the hello.js file is now not being staged. It is unstaged now, and only a single file, which is test.txt, is now in the staging zone. So that is why it is highlighting with it is getting highlighted with a green shade. The other chain that you are seeing below is now unstaged, which means it is left as it is. Now let us make a commit by saying git. So let me check out the previous commands. Okay, and let us modify this. So git commit, we will leave a message and we will say a descriptive message saying modified test.txt and added some lines of text. Not some lines, added a line of text. So press enter. So now we are making the commit. You can see we modified the test.txt file and a line of text. One file is changed, one insertion, that is the one single line of code we first staged, and then we wrap that into a commit. So now our test.txt file is committed. Okay, and not the hello.js file, because we didn't add that to the staging zone. We individually staged only the test.txt file. Now if I write git status and now press enter, you can clearly see that our hello.js file is still modified but not in the staging zone. We did not add that. So this is how we can stage individual files. So now the individual files staging is now done. Let us again revise the pipeline that are followed by adding our last file to the staging zone and committing that. So I will say git add hello.js and then I will press enter. So let us now make a commit. So now this file is in the staging zone. We will make a commit and we will type added the hello.js file and it is now completed. It is now completed and press enter. Okay, so now one file change, one insertion is done. Then I will write git log and press enter. So this will give you a log of commits. As you can see that each commit has a hash, as we previously saw. And we can also roll back to a previous snapshot, which I will show you in a later video. So this is all about practically implementing the Git pipeline. I will be showing more of Git stuff in the coming videos. We will be covering merge, how to handle merge conflicts, how to pull the code that has been already committed to your repository, how we can handle and resolve the merge conflicts, how we can do rebasing. We will be doing all these advanced topics in the coming videos. So I will see you guys in the next video. If you are loving the content, do subscribe to the channel and also share the channel with your friends and colleagues. So this is all about this video. Thanks a lot, guys.